You're losing money right now. Not because you're spending too much, not because you've made a bad investment, but because you're doing something that feels completely safe and responsible and smart. You're putting your money in a savings account. And here's the thing nobody in a bank branch is ever going to tell you. A savings account is not building your wealth. It's just making your bank richer. Now, I'm not saying savings accounts are useless. They have a specific job. But most people in the UK are using them as a long-term wealth tool, and that is one expensive financial mistake. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why. You're going to see the real numbers, and I'm going to show you what to do instead. Just a quick reminder, nothing in this video is financial advice. It's purely for educational purposes, and you should always do your own research before making any financial decisions. Let's get into it. Most high street savings accounts in the UK, we're talking Barclays, Lloyds, HSBC, are paying somewhere between 2 or 3% on easy access savings right now. That sounds okay, right? Like, at least it's something. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. UK inflation is running at roughly 3%, some months higher. And inflation is basically just the rate at which everything around you gets more expensive. Food, energy, rent, going out. So if your savings account is paying you 2%, and inflation is eating 3%, you are losing 1% of your purchasing power every single year. In real terms, you're going backwards. Think about it like this. Imagine you're a runner. You're putting in the training, showing up every single day, doing everything right. But the treadmill underneath you is going slightly faster than you. You're working hard. You're not getting anywhere. That's your savings account. That's the reality for millions of people in the UK right now. And the banks know this. They just don't advertise it. The honest truth is, for money you're planning to touch in the next 3 to 6 months, a savings account is totally fine. That's its job. Emergency fund, short-term goals, that kind of thing. But for money you don't need for a long time, keeping it in cash savings isn't playing it safe. It's just slow-motion wealth destruction. Let me show you this with real numbers. Let's say you've got £10,000 sitting in a savings account. You're getting 2% a year. After 20 years, you've got roughly £15,000. Sounds decent, right? But if that same £10,000 had been invested in a simple global index fund, and globally, markets have historically returned something like 8% a year on average over the long term, after 20 years, you're looking at closer to £38,000. That's not a small gap. That's £23,000 gone. Not because you did anything wrong, just because the money sat in the wrong place. And honestly, this is what I mean when I say your savings account is making you poor. It's not dramatic. It's just maths. Slow, silent, completely avoidable maths. The rich don't keep their long-term money in cash savings. Not because they're reckless, but because they understand what money can do when you put it to work properly. Here's something worth understanding about how banks actually work. When you put money in a savings account, the bank takes that money, your money, and lends it out to other people at a higher rate. Mortgages, business loans, car finance. They're paying you 2%. They're charging someone else 6 or 7. The difference? That's their profit. So they genuinely have no incentive to move you out of a savings account. You staying there, feeling safe, feeling responsible, that is exactly what they want. I'm not saying banks are evil. This is just how the system works. But once you understand it, you realize you've been playing by someone else's rules without knowing. The good news is the UK has some genuinely great tools to fix this. And because of the way UK tax rules work, most people can actually invest significant amounts completely tax-free. We're talking about stocks and shares eyes. Right, so here's what you actually do instead. In the UK, every single adult gets an ISA allowance every tax year. That's £20,000 per year that you can invest. And any growth, any dividends, any income from that money, completely tax-free. HMRC doesn't touch it. Not when it grows, not when you take it out. Think about what that means. Your money growing at 7 or 8% a year, compounding year after year, and none of it going to the taxman. That's a serious advantage. Now, there are different types of ISA. Cash ISAs, same problem we talked about, low rates, inflation eating it. But a stocks and shares ISA, that's where you can invest in the stock market, index funds, ETFs, all while being sheltered from tax. Now, the most common thing I hear is, but isn't investing risky? And look, yes, investing always carries risk. The value of your investments can go down. That's real. But here's the thing. Not investing also carries risk. We've just shown you that risk. It's called inflation, and it's guaranteed. Risk is unavoidable. The question is, which risk are you taking on? A globally diversified index fund, something like a FTSE All-World tracker, that's investing in thousands of companies across dozens of countries. You're not betting on one business. You're betting on the global economy continuing to grow over the long term, which it has, historically, through every recession, every crash, every crisis. And to do this, to open a stocks and shares ISA, it takes about 10 minutes. Platforms like Trading 212, Freetrade, or Invest Engine let you open one online. Start with as little as £1. Now, and I want to be really clear on this, I am not saying ditch your savings account completely. There is a version of this where your savings account plays a very important role. We actually covered this in my first ever video. If you haven't seen it, worth going back and watching that first, because this all builds together. Your emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of essential expenses, that stays in cash. Easy access, high interest as possible. But beyond that, once that floor is sorted, any money you're putting away for the medium or long term, and you're not going to need it for at least 5 years, that is money that should be working harder for you. I'll put some links in the description. These are platforms I genuinely use and rate. But as always, do your own research. Make sure whatever platform you choose is right for your situation. The key point is, The barrier is low. There's no excuse not to start. And the longer you wait, the more of that compounding you're leaving on the table. Think of it like training load in sport. You build your base first, your aerobic foundation, your injury prevention, your recovery habits. Get that right. And then you layer the performance stuff on top. Skip the base and everything falls apart. Here's the thing that separates the people who actually build wealth from the people who just talk about it. It's not knowledge. You now know what to do. It's not access. It's consistency. The best athletes in the world aren't the ones who had one incredible session. They're the ones who showed up every single day, in season, out of season, when they felt like it and when they didn't. And the result of all those ordinary sessions, compounding over years, is extraordinary performance. Wealth building is identical. You don't need to pick stocks. You don't need to watch the market every day. You don't need to be a finance expert. You just need to invest a consistent amount, whatever you can genuinely afford, inside a stocks and shares ISA every single month. And then leave it alone. The market will go up. The market will go down. You will have moments where you want to pull it all out and put it back in a savings account, because at least that feels safe. Don't. The people who win long term are the ones who keep buying through the dips, because every dip is just units on sale. That's it. That's the whole game. Discipline and consistency. Month in, month out. That's the athlete edge applied to your finances. And it genuinely works.